Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Sword Snake. And the last time we left off, after cross-examining Trillo and Ben, we decided to cross-examine Mo as Francisco called another witness, which is the unfunny clown. So we're kind of in the midst of his testimony. It's had its flaws where if we attacked the wrong testimony, he would have we would have been penalized by the judge. But now we are under the silhouette testimony, and without further ado, let's get going because we need to crack this testimony of Mo's. And while the emulator is running very well, but I don't want to jinx it, so we're gonna press here first. Hold it! Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max?
No. I'm not that kind of person who would lie about something serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions at this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you sure that you saw Max that night? Right. That statement bothers me. And so does that one, because he has white roses along with the cloak and hat, so we're going to present the promo poster because the promo poster clearly has his roses there, so Mo clearly couldn't have seen his white roses, and Trillo says that he was wearing his free symbols, so we're going to present this, don't you think, Snake?
Yeah.
Alright. Objection! You say that you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo? Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready, all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses!
What the?
Who cares if he knew that they were there, if they were free or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like PI? I like PI 399.
Silence, fool. You are to respond to the whole truth, no fractions. Smack. Order! Order! Table smash. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? And the atmosphere's picking up here, so let's go. As I've danced to this, to be honest.
To be honest.
See, it's because I saw the dialogue there, that's why I said to be honest.
There wasn't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious that it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off while the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Smack. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the fact of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this court. Huh? I got her on the ropes now. Wherever there's a nugget of truth, it always seems to peek out at me, then run away. Someone is toying with this court, but it's not me. Table smash. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? Not going to read this because it's a flashback. I love the way that this emulator is actually running fast. I had to defrag this computer and like uninstall and install a lot of things on it, so it's got faster. Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no Wright roses on the person he saw. Table smash. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Smack, smack, smack. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Table smash. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be lingering doubt in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
Smack. I've come to the conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that, for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
The Silhouette Part 2.
There's no doubt in my mind there were no Wright roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that, especially the silk hat. There is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene.
Ah. Mr. Wright, you've got one chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering in this witness. If you are going to prove me there is a contradiction with Mr. Cole's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
Oh boy.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Alright, let's get to the crux of this matter. And what bothered me is not that statement, not that one. His last statement is the one that bothered me, so let's go to it. He was wearing it at the time that he was at the crime scene. The silk hat, yeah, that was found at the crime scene, so we're going to present it. Because, why not? At this case, the silk hat was found at the crime scene, and he says he was wearing it the entire time. So, Mose insisted that Max was wearing it, so let's present it. Objection! And the baby birds are being fed as we speak, so yeah, you're going to hear a lot of noise in the background, but not to worry about that. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat that you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma? Where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene?
That means table smash. The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time while he was on the scene. Sorry, I was going to say that, but the birds did distract me. But yeah, that is another reason.
No! That's not true!
Smack, smack, smack. Order! 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 Mr. Coles?
Yes, Your Honor?
What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know that... Sorry. You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Ouch.
Well, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me, how old do I get? I'll be around like, wow, subs.
Yeah, he was going so fast that I kind of skipped most of his because the dialogue was just going whoosh past me like a fast car. But that time, that part didn't.
And no matter how old I will get, I'll always be younger you. Wah!
And he's crying. Huh? Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear, I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor, but he made an outburst, so we have the right to ask him again, because he made that remark. Remember when Lada did that remark in the Turnabout Goodbyes case? We actually had the right to cross-examine her again, so Mo's done that, so I believe we have the right to hear what he says after what he just said. That's just me speaking through logic. If this gets skipped by, then I will be annoyed. I hope Phoenix is on the same thing as me. The witness' testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened?
I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have proof? Do you have proof to counter how the criminal left the crime scene? Ooh, that's a tough one. But, as a matter of fact, we do. The crime photo. Because there ain't no footsteps there, actually. None at all. That does not look like footprints, so I guess we're gonna have to present this because, well, there's only the victim's footprints but not the murderers, so take that! Take that! Take that! There we go. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, 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 ay. Table smash. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all the witnesses' testimonies from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is rickety as the clown car he came to the court with.
Wait just a second!
What the?
You guys can't ignore everything I've said? Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
Wait a minute, you've been lying this entire time?
You wait a second. I think you said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time. I swear.
I don't know why, but I get a feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false?
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
It's just that I was a little bit confused and about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and the whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Again, she's really being a sneaky woman, isn't she, with her thing? Order! Order! I will have order! Francisco Von Karma, how could you? Wait, why are you bowing? You're in trouble. Your Honor, if you heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. I have a bad feeling about this. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw.
Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it is true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Okay, the truth. And nothing but the truth. Let's see, Mole. Let's hope you're not lying. Oh god, it's playing the friggin' music.
Now it's time for our next segment. Mo Knows.
Okay.
Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his Wright roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. But when I saw, he
did what? No!
This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air.
Come on, nobody can fly. This is ridiculous. Nobody can fly. Come on. People use ropes to fly, like the thinnest of ropes where nobody can see and then they fly. That's how people fly in shows. We're not stupid, man.
He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness.
Like a ninja. Like a ninja.
That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
Great. Great. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Oh dear. Oh god. Oh god. His testimony. Oh. I can see why Francisco wanted the truth not to be told from the clown. It makes him sound a bit crazy. Mo needs to go to the mental hospital. That's what it makes him sound like. He actually needs like the therapy. He needs therapy. That's what it sounds like he needs. He actually needs some real therapy. Well, that was how do you put it into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why wouldn't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story?
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Well, let's see. We're gonna have to say, we're going to have to say, whatever we want, to be honest. We're gonna say whatever we want anyway, because, no matter what choice we pick, Francisca's going to call us an idiot anyway, or a fool. We're going to probably get the same dialogue from all of them anyway. I normally say he's telling the truth, because that is Max's, gimmick, that he flies. So, we're just going to say Mo's telling the truth, just to be called a fool, even though we're going to get called a fool anyway, but he's telling the truth. What he just said was strange. but I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he's telling the truth?
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such foolish fools' foolish dreams. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
We were going to get whipped anyway, so I don't care what choice I pick, to be honest. I suppose I'll let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. And the bird's thinking, actually. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Montgomery's case is sound. However, I've got a feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Yes, it is. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason why this mystery of mysteries. It's bizarre. Let's just say it's bizarre. Even I'm thinking in my head, huh? What? I believe that's enough for today. Court is now in recess. Well, no matter what we said, we would have got that same line Francisco did. She's gonna call us a fool anyway. So no matter what we picked, she would have called us a fool. Because that's Francisca. And besides, the last time I played this over a decade ago, I picked the top option and she called me a fool anyway. I remember it, the dialogue. So I picked she's telling the truth. Just so that I can get a different dialogue, but it's the same dialogue.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks effortless for you on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air.
Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic.
No! I broke the first rule, the cardio rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry you had to break a magician's creed to keep your magic trick secret.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do is hope that we can find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best to catch this sucker.
And that concludes today's trial, so we're going to be investigating for the next episode, so... When we come back, folks, we'll play more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Until then,
Thank you guys for watching.
myself, Snake, and the birds will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody, and yes, my magics are officially secret. I have summoned more birds, in case you wanted to know where all that noise is coming from. Anyway, take care, everybody.